We're told the remote interview lasted just under a half hour, was cordial, and covered the same basic questions any convicted defendant would be asked to help the judge determine how Trump should be sentenced.
According to multiple reports, Donald Trump's probation officer asked him about his legal, financial, and personal history. It's part of a report that is heading to Judge Juan Merchan.
Probation officials must also inform the judge how Trump described his crime, whether he expressed any remorse for it, and any statement he wanted to make about why he did it.
The details and all of that are not public knowledge, so the internet is filling in the gaps, thanks to artificial intelligence.
Do you understand?
Yeah, well, hurry up and get this over with.
Yeah, let me explain something to you, you criminal punk. I hold the power to recommend whether you go to prison or not.
This video from AI creator Jabari Jones is going viral.
Now, Mr. Trump, do you take any drugs?
No, of course not. I never take drugs. Drugs are for weak and pathetic losers.
Look, convict, you better not lie to me.
Okay, fine. I take lots and lots of Metamucil for constipation, lithium for mood swings, Prozac, Zoloft, Elavil, Wellbutrin, Percocet, Xanax, Valium, Ativan, Klonopin, 7 different antipsychotic medications, statin drugs, blood thinners, pharmaceutical cocaine, and illegal Mexican Quaaludes.
Again, it is artificial intelligence, but the satire is hilarious, and it does have truthful elements to it. Watch.
Now, do you associate with any known felons?
Well, let me see. There's Steve Bannon, Paul Manafort, Roger Stone, Mark Meadows, Rudy Giuliani, John Eastman, Kenneth Chesebro, Dinesh D'Souza, Jeffrey Clark, Michael Roman, Mike Lindell, Charles Kushner.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on, I can't type that fast.
There's Alan Weisselberg, Michael Flynn, Bernie Carrick, Sidney Powell, Jenna Ellis, Kelly Ward, Michael Milken, Duncan Hunter, Duke Cunningham, Judge Jeanine Pirro's husband.
As part of a probation interview, convicted felons are typically asked to list their good qualities and give reasons why prison time should not be imposed.
Last question. Do you have any redeeming qualities whatsoever that would make you eligible for probation instead of prison?
Well, I'm totally unrepentant. I'm contemptuous of the court and the justice system. I incite my supporters to commit violence against jurors and court officials. I lie pathologically, and I'm totally immune to truth, facts, and objective reality. So, yeah, you should let me walk free.
Okay, Mr. Trump, that's more than enough for today.
The voices and dialogue are made up, but the narrative is spot on. And even on the mainstream news media coverage of Donald Trump's probation interview, the bewilderment and marvel has been intense. CNN brought on their law enforcement expert, John Miller, who reminded all of us that Trump will have certain probation conditions and restrictions.
But the conditions of his probation, the Secret Service will be with him all the time. The probation department could call them in as witnesses if there's an alleged violation.
So normal and also so completely abnormal about this whole thing. I mean, we've seen that all along, but just such stark relief.
The Secret Service could be called as witnesses to find out if he's violated his probation, just as the founders intended, as we like to say. Very unusual, to say the least.
Well done, John Berman. Yes, even CNN occasionally provides some wit. Amidst all the jokes and humor, though, Donald Trump's felony convictions are a deadly serious matter for many voters. And to bring his legal troubles front and center to other voters who are not yet paying attention or have not yet made up their minds, the Anti-Trump Lincoln Project just released this ad.
What will you tell your kids? That you voted for a felon and a criminal, supported a man found guilty by a citizen jury, went into the voting booth happy to pull the lever for the only former president in history to bear the mark of criminal shame. Will you tell them that breaking the law is how they should live their lives? That lying to their families about porn stars and hush money is how they should behave? Do you want your son to treat women like a man who was found to have committed sexual assault? Do you want your daughter to be a victim of a man like him?
You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you do it? And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Whatever you want. Grab him by the...
Will you tell them that he was honest, that he was a good man?
Very fine people, on both sides.
That he treated people the way you've taught them?
Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Will you tell them you're proud of his cruelty? Happy with the ugly insults?
I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers.
The attacks on women and the endless lies that the chaos, death, and danger he brought was worth it. We know it's hard to walk away and put country over party, but your kids are watching. You're not just voting for your future. You're voting for theirs.
That is a strong ad, and it's one of the strongest ads I've seen in this campaign. The stakes for all of us and for our children are huge. But the monumental nature of this campaign and the seriousness of what our nation faces thanks to Donald Trump's criminality can be overwhelming. And so we need our moments of levity and humor, especially about Donald Trump. Comedians understand this and are getting huge audiences with their Trump-related wit and humor, and the world of artificial intelligence satire is also exploding. We mentioned AI creator Jabari Jones. He has dozens of amusing videos on his YouTube channel. Jones' most popular video to date, with over 150,000 views, alleges that Donald Trump has ED.
It's time for us to talk about my erectile dysfunction. The fact is that I can't get an erection. In fact, I haven't had a boner since 1978. It's the real reason I am the awful person I am today. My penis is like a mushy little Vienna sausage. It even has that disgusting gelatin all over it. And the reason I said grab them by the is because that's all I can do. I don't get hard. I've tried it all. Pills, pumps, implants. None of them work. I'm a limp and impotent man. It's sad. So I've never actually had sex with my wife. She made sure that wasn't part of her contract. She said my tiny, greasy, limp dick and my sweaty orange pumpkin head make her puke. And women have told me that for years. Not only am I impotent, but women think I'm disgusting. Think of it. Can you imagine me with my smelly fat rolls crawling on top of you? You would blow chunks like no one has ever blown chunks before.
The thing about AI is that while it gives you, a video creator, the voice, you still have to do the writing. Clearly, Jabari Jones has a way with words, at least regarding AI Trump. And the opportunities for humor at Donald Trump's expense are going to keep coming. The former president will be sentenced on July 11th, just a few days before the Republican National Convention is scheduled to begin. Judge Juan Merchan has discretion on the sentence. He could go with prison time, given the New York sentencing guidelines for Class C felony convictions, or Judge Merchan could impose a fine, probation, and no jail time, perhaps because of the nonviolent nature of the criminal offense and a defendant's remorse. Usually a probation report plays a significant role, which is why Donald Trump's probation interview has generated so much attention, intrigue, and humor. By the way, one of Donald Trump's fiercest supporters in Congress just went full religious cringe.
The Democrats and the fake news media want to constantly talk about, oh, President Trump is a convicted felon.
He is a convicted felon.
Donald Trump has now been convicted of 34 different felony crimes.
But keep going, Marge.
Well, you want to know something? The man that I worship is also a convicted felon. And he was murdered on a Roman cross.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Kent on Dickerson, who wrote, actually comparing Trump to Jesus is blasphemy. I agree. I look forward to reading your comments about the artificial intelligence depictions of Donald Trump's probation office interview. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.